Hello, welcome back to Derail Valley with Freddy. My apologies for not getting a VR session going. I did actually have a play. We were trying to get my VR set up and it kept losing connection to Steam. So I need to try and dig out a cable that's going to hold it more stable. The good news is Derail Valley does work in VR. And man, it is weird. But look forward to it because it is going to be fun. So for now, we're going to get back to our regularly scheduled programming. We're going to continue to try and make money, find these museum pieces, because I'm desperate to find the museum DH4 and D2, wherever they may be hiding currently. So we're up here at Iron Ore Mine West. Now, the jobs we're going to take is going to be this massive load of iron ore down to the steel mill. Now, I know we've been to the steel mill many times, but you know, it's one of those jobs. There's rain coming in the afternoon, so we kind of need to get a bit of a move on. So, having a look at these two jobs, one's going to A6i and one's going to B3i. I think we're going to be dropping off B3i first. So let's have a look at the steel mill. So we're going to be coming in from the north, because if we have a look at the big map, we're going to go from Iron Ore Mine West, up across, round past Food Factory. I'm going to give it a little stop at Food Factory and have a look around, see if I can find anything. And also there is a shop there, I do believe, and I'll have a quick nosy in there what's on there. I think there's a shop there anyway. Yes, there is a shop there. I'll have a quick nosy around what's on there. Then we'll carry on past, hang a sharp right, down into steel mill. So, two jobs, one going to A6i, one going to B3i. So we're going to want to drop B3i off first. So coming in from the north, we're going to want to keep left, keep right into B3i. Then we're going to A6i, so I'm going to pull forward, reverse back, keep right, and there's A6i there. So it's just a little one there, and that'll make it nice and easy, and we can refuel down there as well before we pick up another job to go somewhere else. So nice and simple and straightforward on that. Okay, so setting our routing. So we're going to want to keep left there. We're going to want to keep right there, keep right, keep right, and that'll bring us into steel mill. I think I've got that right. This is where Freddy gets us lost again. But hey, this is what I do. I managed to get us lost going in a freaking straight line. Or it seems so, this series. Okay, so we're going to pick this one up first, this one up second. So we're going B40, B30. Nice, simple, straightforward. Train's already pointing in the right direction. The one thing I do want to show you, I managed to get my lights working. So I can show you the interior lights working now. See that lovely red little hue? There we go, a little bit of red light, and we can adjust the brightness of them as well, and turn them off for daytime running. But yeah, what the problem was, I'd soldered the switch, wired them up, but I hadn't soldered the main lights themselves. So, that being that, it is done now, they work. So, I shall see you once I've got this all hooked up, set up, and ready to go. So, back in a minute. Right, that should be our train all hooked up. So, I'll hand these jobs in, and we'll make a move. And I have used some flags, because all the cars look identical. Makes it great for trying to figure out what's what, and it's exactly what the flags are for. So we must remember, when we uncouple the first one, we need to pick those back up. And because of the weight of it, we are going to run both locos as well. We'll run both trains. So you can see I've got a green flag this side and I've got one on the other side as well. There we go, so I can see exactly between the two jobs. The only thing I haven't done, so we've got 91 meters, 164, so we'll call that 265 plus 270, 78, 280, so we'll call it 290 meters of train. So fire this bad boy up. It looks like it's a climb out of here. That pipe is just 290 meters. We are set. We're into forward. Brakes are off. Right. I shall see you over at Food Factory. Food Factory. I'm just gonna stop off here, pop to the shop quickly and have a quick look around, see if I can find any museum pieces before we carry on. So I'll just pause the video here whilst I do that, because I'm sure you don't want to see me go around the shop for the umpteenth time. So I'll see you back here in a second. And back, and I didn't find anything that I was after. Did get a couple of little more brackets. Oh, Jesus. Brackets from the shop. My accelerate button is getting a bit sticky there. Probably overuse. So we will set off again, and I shall see you again at sawmill. Sawmill? Steel mill. I'll get it right one of these days. Right, see you at sawmill. Steel mill. I've done it again. Welcome back to the steel mill. Been here more than a couple of times already. We originally started the game from here. And those of you with a keen eye may have noticed I've made a massive boo-boo. I anticipate us coming in the other direction. So I have accidentally set up. Don't want to go that slow. Anticipating we're coming in from the south, so the front part of the train we can't actually drop in A. Uh-oh. This is a problem. And thankfully, Freddy has a solution. Which once we got this one dropped, what I want is those green flags up here. That should give more than enough of the back of the train. Yeah, the back of the train looks nice and clear there, so we can hit the brakes, get this dropped and collect our flags. Thank you very much. handbrake on this one is at the rear. Let's just crawl underneath quicker. Right, let's get this dropped and we can discuss how Freddy plans to fix his mistake. Because what we need is exactly this, a clear line. Right, perfect. So, take the brake off. We're going to reverse this into this line. This empty line. Drop it off. Take our engines around the other side, hook back up to it, and then we can actually move it into A. So once we're forward of this, reverse it back into A. Uncouple the engines. Left, yep. And go reverse. Don't want to be wheel spinning. We're a lot lighter now. You may have noticed on the journey we were exceedingly heavy and we are running low on fuel. This is just one of the things. I anticipated doing a service here, so it's not a problem. Same as what we're planning to do here. Not a major issue. Inconvenience? Yes. Massive inconvenience. In fact, run down this end of the train. Put the brake on down here. So we're going to be reconnecting to that end. It doesn't matter which orientation our train's in, we can figure that out for when we're outbound. So what we need to do for now pull forward. I can actually switch this back engine off now. We don't really need it. Central line here, that's ideal. Cut the power. Apply the brake. Probably going to overshoot a little bit. Into reverse. If we've gone past far enough, we will tell in a sec. Yep, we have. Playing dodge with the train. Haha. Bit of power down. So we're basically going to go around front, hook up the front of this train to the front of that, reverse it back, shove it down into A6, drop it off, hand the jobs in. And we'll reverse back, go into the service yard and give it a service. That is the plan. Is it an ideal plan? Heck no. Are we going to make it work? Heck yes. We kind of have to. So we jump off at this one. Left, that left now as well. Use the remote. It didn't want to let us up. What do you mean of it? Let's kill some throttle. We do not want to be hitting our train, causing damage. I imagine it's telling us now we're probably getting low on fuel. Well, I specifically left it blocking because we're going to grab it and move it out of the way anyway. If we were going to just leave it, then that would be different. get this hooked up, get it down, drop this off, we can go from there. See lovely goods there waiting to be loaded. I'm a little bit hot there. Probably banged that a little more than I needed to. Hey ho, get the job done. Hop back up. And thankfully with this, if we had DE2s we couldn't do this because the engine cooling for the DE2 is at the front. DH4 on the DH6 are much better cooled. DH4 is better, the DH6 is awesome. So when we do get a DH6, if we're running a DH4 with it, we will need the overheat protection on the DH4. Because this thing will overheat well before the DH6, and we need the power of the DH6. And we're going to have to reverse a lot of the way. So whilst we're doing that, I'll just check up. Signals to get into A, so we want a keep left, so we keep right, so we keep right into AI6. It's AI6, yep, it is. So that is ideal. Kill the power off there. We're going much further back this time. I'm going to need the cursor on. Yes, you have to activate the mouse on this one, it is a separate key. Trying to figure out the inventory in VR, that's weird. Works, but it's weird. Just take me some getting used to it. So it's this track we're going down. I will be standing on the back of the train for this. So here we are. Start braking now. Catch up with the train. Into forward. It's a bit of a downhill roll, so it takes a little bit. Just let the train get a bit of traction, get a bit of movement. Then you can get some power down. Watch for that light for the wheel spin. If you don't want wheel spin, that gives us problems. It can actually blow traction motors. So there you can see us bending around to the left. Give it some real juice. I'm going to get this in, get this handed in. I appreciate a lot of my videos have been quite long, around the 15-minute mark. So a question on this one, is that okay, or would we prefer some short videos? It means I'm probably not going to get as many runs in one video, but when we get to the bigger jobs it's probably going to go to that anyway. By bigger jobs I mean sort of like 4 or 5 jobs in one go. Obviously weight dependent, that is our biggest factor with taking many jobs. So our service shed is over there to the left. In fact, I can change that switch now because we want to go that way, not that way. Don't want to go into the turntable. I did get my flags, so I'm going to put them back in my inventory properly. Watch this baby come in. You basically only need, you don't fully need to go past this mark. There is a split in the track up there where you can actually stop it. This train will fit, so I'm quite happy to drop it in. Let's actually get the brakes on a bit there. Start getting us slowed down. A bit of brake off, that way we hit the back bump stop. We're not going to. So Handbrake on. Always got to put the handbrake on because otherwise your job will not let you complete. Same as you've got to disconnect from the train itself. Oh, wrong engine. On this one. Switch that off for a minute. Whilst we figure... Let me out. Figure things out. Memory, the station is over here. And there it is. Green light on top. That gives you where the station is. We got it done before the rain came in. So 35,000 for that one. Thank you very much. 58,000 for that one. Ah, tasty. So that brings our total up to 669,000. And this service is going to cost. That I can tell you for now. So what we got at the moment, we've got 3 big jobs down to the harbour. 1,026 tons of steel rails to the harbour. Oof. There is a job to pick up a load to go to goods factory in town. We didn't find anything at goods factory. Money's there, but we're not really that worried about the money. Let's go service the train. Take you through that first. Still a bit light for showing you the red lights in here. But they are cool. As it gets dark, night running now, you'll actually be able to see a lot more in the cab. And so will I. Obviously we can adjust the level to suit accordingly. So we're just going to roll back, change the switch, drive forward into the service yard and service both locos, and you can see how much that's going to cost us because we are, our fuel warning light is on, so regardless of where we're going, we need a service. Into forward, brake off. We are running just the one locomotive because we don't need 2 locomotives running for this tiny little load of just the engines. But we did definitely, for that climb out of Iron Mine West, we definitely needed 2 locos. There was no way we would have made it up with one. Not a chance. Hold on a sec. That's a container. Okay, I thought I saw an engine then. Would have been sort of what the heck is that doing here sort of thing. Well, a bit further forward, that should do us nicely. Select reverse, switch it off. I do like to put the handbrake on. Oh, wrong button. I keep doing that. Right, so this is going to get the mechanical powertrain, wheels, body's okay, oil. You may have noticed I did over rev on the dynamic brake at one point. That's where it's going to cost. The fuel. Oh, that's just one. I'm going to service both because we want both in full working order. So that's going to cost us 22,000. Oh, I think we might just be able to afford that. Spank you very much. as you can hear, it is raining. Leave the engine there till we know what we're doing, which we're probably going to sleep and then go from there. Whilst I'm thinking about it, tidy my shit up. Yeah, I bought more brackets. What I'm looking for is spotlights for the top of the DH4. If we find the museum DH4, we'll wait for putting them on until we've got our museum DH4. But for now, we've got plenty of brackets, good amount of solder. Don't have the paint for repainting yet, but we don't have the museum pieces to work it out. Right, so let's have a sleep. Through to about 6 o'clock. And see what jobs are in the morning. Well, we can only go to 5:23. So I'll have to sleep and then wait a little bit. So, back in the morning. No point looking at anything just yet. But the jobs really haven't changed. That is a beauty of a job. It really is. There's a good chance we might have something coming out harbour. Would like to get up to Coal Mine East, Iron Ore Mine East, even Oil Well North now. Look at the forests, oil refinery, coal power plant. I've already confirmed Iron Ore Mine West doesn't have anything in it. Food Factory doesn't have anything in it for the museum pieces, and it is the museum pieces I want. Same as Coal Mine South, wouldn't mind going there as well. Proper look round the farm, Oil Well Central, City West. We've found the D86 in City West, and the harbour, we found one there. I don't think there's going to be one at City South, because that is the museum itself. That would be a bit cheeky, but never say never. So we're literally waiting for 6 o'clock to see the weather forecast. I'm probably going to take this one. 1,026 tons. It's mostly got a downhill, I think slight downhill section here, slight uphill section here, but not too massive, and it's all downhill all the way into the harbour. Now we could detour, go through Coal Mine South around this way, but it is a lot of trek, and with that sort of weight I don't really want to risk it. If we had something lighter, but really that's 75,000 worth of one job, and an easy job realistically. If we had 2 DH6s, we'd be taking probably all 3 jobs, to be fair. Let's have a look. D6, 1,200 tons. So to them, 2,400 tons. So that'll be 1.8. Yeah, we'd probably be pushing all 3. It'd be a push. In fact, it'd probably be over, but hey. Yeah, it'd probably be over, but only just by, I reckon we'd push it for this. So imagine taking all 3 of these jobs in one go. Oh, that wasn't the button I was intending. Neither was that one. Right, so we are 6 o'clock now. Jobs haven't really changed. Sun's coming up. We need to make a decision on what we're doing. I reckon we are taking this job. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to leave this episode here, and we'll take that one in the next episode. So until then, see you later.